Hello, and thank you for joining me for this meeting today. So, as you know, we are preparing a dinner for our client on Christmas Eve, and today I'm going to be needing to go over the client list, dietary requirements, and ingredients we're going to need to purchase for the guests for that particular client. Okay? Alright. So, the client has requested for their Christmas party canapes, starters, mains, desserts, as well as extras. Whilst they haven't asked us to make cocktails, of course, they have requested we make an alcoholic punch and a non-alcoholic punch. So we'll be including that in the discussion today. So the client originally said that they were going to have 8 to 13 people. However, I've just gotten back on a phone call with them and they've stated now that they are going to have 16 guests in total. So the recipes that I'll be giving you today to discuss input with, and obviously to purchase the ingredients, will probably need to be updated. So we'll have to take that into consideration. I did ask the client if there's any dietary requirements, gluten, nut, vegetarian, whatnot, and they have stated that 2 of the guests are vegan, but past that there are no dietary requirements, so I think that keeps things pretty simple. So how about we go over the recipes? What do you think? Okay, so I've put together, starting with the canapes, I've put together how many canapes? So I put together 3 canapes for the guests to choose from, 2 vegan and 1 meat included, dairy included. So let's go over this. So this serves 8, so we're going to have to double up on the ingredients here. So I figured the guests could start by snacking on something like date, blue cheese, and pancetta polenta stacks. I think this is a very just nice, refreshing way to start, and when I've made it for clients in the past, they very much seem to enjoy it. So for 16 people, though, I guess, what do you think? Is it easier if we just make 16 people's worth, including the people with the vegan diet, or do we drop that back down to 14? Because if we do 16, that's going to allow spares and leftovers, but 14 might keep it a little bit more, I guess, on budget and a little bit more precise, maybe less work for us. What do you think? Just double, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so we're going to need 16 pancetta rashers. If you want to make a note of all this, I will be mentioning some of the same ingredients over and over again, so I'm going to need you to basically collect those together for me. Okay, thanks. I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a litre of vegetable stock, 200 grams of polenta, 2 teaspoons of rosemary, 50 grams of parmesan, and 240 grams of blue cheese. Now, I was thinking of gorgonzola for the blue cheese, but I really wanted to get your input. What do you think? Yeah, good. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength there. That's great. And I'm going to need 16 large medjool dates. Yeah, those should work really well. And I need some baby spinach leaves for that one. Any thoughts on that one? Okay, so you think you can put all the things together for that? That's great. Okay. Next, I thought we could do samosas. The reason I've chosen this is because the client requested no fish, so I really wanted to help give the client and their guests a variety of different foods, whilst eliminating something, as flavorsome and interesting as fish. So I wanted to focus on something with a little bit of spice, and this is one of the very few things that actually gets to focus on that. Now, I thought samosas might be a really good option. Firstly, they're vegan. This serves 12, so we're going to have to, I don't know, probably add on almost double format, almost that, because guests probably will pick up two-ish each, maybe. There's a good vegan option, but I found that people who aren't vegans very much enjoy samosas too, so I figured it might be a pleasing one all around. What do you think? Yeah, it's nice small snack size food. Okay, so we're going to need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 2 onions, we're going to need 2 garlic cloves, 2 potatoes, 2 carrots, 200 grams of peas, fresh preferably. I need 4 teaspoons of curry powder, 200 milliliters of vegetable stock, and because these are vegetable samosas that are vegan, we're going to have to keep the pastry vegan, of course, so I need about 450 grams plain flour. I need 4 teaspoons of sea salt. I need 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I'm going to need about 3 litres of vegetable oil for the fry. Great. So the next one, this one again, I think goes down a hit, especially with previous clients, is the luxury hummus. Yeah, we've made this one before. So this one serves 8, so we're going to have to double up on this one again for the 16 guests. This one's vegan, I'm pretty certain. I've made sure to keep this one vegan as well. Yeah, this is vegan. Okay, so we're going to need 1.5 kilos of chickpeas, 270 milliliters of extra virgin olive oil, okay, 4 garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of tahini. I'm going to need 3 lemons, and for the toppings we're going to need a full tablespoon of smoked paprika. I need a full teaspoon of sumac. I'm going to need a pack of parsley, 80 grams of pomegranate seeds, and we're going to have to make some probably warm pitas to go with that. Okay, great. So that was, I think, enough canapes for the guests. There's certainly going to be a plentiful amount of food with the starters, mains, desserts, and extras, but I wanted to hear your input on that. What do you think? Okay, you're happy with that, good. And you think you can get all that? Okay. A lot of these we can prep probably the day before or the evening before. Okay, so let's move on to the starters. I've chosen a couple salads, and I've also chosen a soup. Alright, we'll have a look at that, see how that goes. So for the starter, for the soup option, I've chosen the Celeriac Hazelnut Truffle Soup. This serves 6, so we're going to have to probably make about 3 times the amount for this one, just to be sure. This is a vegan option. Actually, I can't imagine everyone will go for the soup. What do you think? Should we do double? Let's do double, okay. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a lot of thyme. I need 4 bay leaves, 2 onions, 2 large garlic cloves, 2 kilos of celeriac, 2 potatoes. I need 2 liters of vegetable stock, 200 milliliters of soy cream, 100 grams of blanched hazelnuts, and 2 tablespoons of truffle oil. You like the sound of that? That's great. Good. I'm happy with that. The next one serves 4, so we're going to have to go probably 12 on that one. So we'll do this by 3. So I'm going to need 9 cups of baby spinach, 9 cups of arugula, 33 ounces of mandarin oranges, 3 cups of toasted walnuts. I need 2.5 cups of dried cranberries, cup and a half of shaved parmesan, sea salt, And I'm going to need 6 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 3 tablespoons of orange juice, 3 tablespoons of honey, 6 teaspoons of poppy seeds, 3 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and we're going to need a cup and a quarter of extra virgin olive oil, kosher salt, black ground pepper. Okay, is there anything you think we should add to that? Okay, you happy with that? Good. Great. And we can always create vegan options with these, just remove the cheese, and that way people will have plentiful amounts of more options, I think. Yeah, okay. So the next one, I really needed your input on. This is berry salad, but I didn't know what berries to add to this. I started with cranberries, but I think I'm going to need a little bit more. So if you have any berry inputs for this one, let me know. This serves 10. I think that's perfectly fine to keep it at 10. Yeah. Okay, so I need 10 ounces of mixed greens, 1 red apple, 1 green apple, 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, ½ cup of dried cranberries, ½ cup of almonds. For the dressing, I'm going to need a cup of fresh cranberries, ½ cup of sugar, white sugar on that one, ½ cup of cider vinegar, ¼ cup of thawed apple juice concentrate. I need a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of ground mustard, a teaspoon of grated onion, a cup of extra virgin olive oil on that one. Great. And what do you think we should do for the extra berries on that one? Blueberries? I like the sound of that. I think that could be really good. Yeah, let's do blueberries. Cool. How many on that one? I don't know. Let's do a cup, just to be sure on that one. Okay, mains. Got a few here. The client requested several mains, both for the vegan guests and for the non-vegan guests. I tried to make, or at least come up with different recipes for the vegan mains that could also be enjoyed by the guests who perhaps might not want meat that day. They normally have a very beautiful presentation on them, so it could be interesting. So the client requested a ham, a prime rib, and a turkey, and then they wanted to leave the vegan options to us. So I've come up with at least 2. So we'll have a look at those in just a second. Okay, so let's begin with the ham. We're gonna have to make a baked honey glazed ham for this one. So this, we're probably gonna need about a 10-pound bone-in or boneless whole ham. We'll talk about that in a second. ½ pack of brown sugar, ¼ cup of Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and 1½ cups of apple cider. So I'm thinking, for simplicity's sake, and just to give them just a smooth eating process, boneless ham on that one. Yeah, boneless ham. Okay, remove the bone in. Any thoughts on that one? Happy with that? Okay. The prep on that one's pretty simple, so that should go pretty well. Okay, so next we're going to do a Christmas prime rib. This serves 12, which I think is more than enough. So maybe a little bit closer down the line, we can always talk about the size of the prime rib, but I've gone for a 6-pound one. So 6-pound prime rib, boneless. We need 2 tablespoons of horseradish, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of coarsely ground black pepper, 2 teaspoons of dried thyme, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 stalks of celery, a carrot, 1 red onion, 2 teaspoons of concentrated beef paste, a teaspoon of cornstarch. Sound good on that one? Cool. And any thoughts on that one at all? Okay, cool. So next, turkey. Statement piece, of course, on Christmas dinner. This one's going to serve 15. So I've gone for a 15-pound turkey. What do you think on that one? Yeah, they've not asked for anything in particular stuffed into it or anything, so I've just stuck to herbs. So we're going to need the 15-pound turkey, 10 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of sage leaves, a tablespoon of rosemary, 2 tablespoons of thyme leaves, a quarter cup of parsley leaves, salt, pepper, 1 onion, white onion, 1 lemon, 1 cup of assorted herbs, just the ones that we typically use, 3 cups of chicken or turkey broth. It doesn't particularly matter to me. I think chicken tends to have a bit more of a flavoursome taste to it, so probably chicken, though not fussy on that one. And then we'll get some seccle pears for the decoration on that one, and then we'll use more of the assorted herbs that we have, and some fresh cranberries for decoration on that one. Okay, so let's move on to the vegan mains now. So I have 2 options. A Wellington always goes down really well. I have another item, but I didn't know whether to put it in the starter or the main. It's a beautiful cook, but I'm not sure what to do with it, so we'll talk about it down the line. Anyway, for this one, I have a roasted stuffed butternut squash. This serves 8. It can't serve any less than that just because of the size of the butternut squash. So we're going to need 2 cups of cooked quinoa, a tablespoon of avocado oil, 3 cups of shiitake mushrooms, 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 cups of kale, a half cup of chopped walnuts. Then we're going to need for the squash 1 large butternut squash, a tablespoon of avocado oil, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, a quarter tablespoon of ground cinnamon, and sea salt. And for the serving for it, we're going to need a cup of balsamic vinegar and some sauteed shallots. How's that one sound? Yeah, I thought that one sounded good too. Nice and interesting. Just another light option as well. Okay, so the vegan Wellington, this serves 6. I don't know whether to double up on this one or not. What do you think? I think 6 will be fine. Yeah, but like I said, there's quite a few options anyway. Okay, so 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 medium sweet potatoes, an onion, a leek, 2 garlic cloves, 3.5 ounces of spinach leaves, 4.5 ounces of cranberries, 2.5 ounces of pecan nuts, 6 ounces of chestnuts, 1 orange, 4 portobello mushrooms, 2 tablespoons of soy milk. Now for the puff pastry, we're going to make a vegan puff pastry, so we're going to make our traditional vegan butter. That we're going to make a half teaspoon of sea salt and 1 1/3 cups of pastry flour. And that will be, I think, a very tasty vegan Wellington on that one. A lot of different flavours. I certainly enjoy it. Yeah, you agree. Yeah, cool. Okay, and next is the Christmas wreath. This is a vegan option as well. This serves 8. This has a beautiful presentation. I didn't know if we've already made enough or if we should make this anyway, but I didn't know where to place this because it's circular but still fairly small. So I'm not really sure what to do with this. Yeah, I was thinking it's a main side or something. So I think we should make it just because I think it's really pretty. Okay, so this serves 8. So we're going to need 250 grams of spinach, 250 grams of tofu, a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 50 grams of pine nuts, nutmeg, 2 garlic cloves, 2 lemons, a small pack of dill, and we'll need extra for decoration, a tablespoon of sour cherries, a quarter tablespoon of dried cranberries, flour, almond milk, and vegan short crust pastry. We're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, salt, half a cup of vegan butter, and 2 tablespoons of non-dairy cream. Okay with that one? Great. So now we're going to move on to the sides. They wanted it fairly traditional, so we're going to try and match them on that. So this one serves 4, however, I'm probably going to have to bump this up all the way to 16, so we're going to have to everything I'm doing here by 4. So I'm gonna need 3 1/4 pounds of Brussels sprouts, 8 large carrots, 8 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 4 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 4 teaspoons of rosemary leaves, 4 teaspoons of thyme leaves, kosher salt, black pepper, and I'm gonna need 1½ cups of toasted pecans and 1½ cups of dried cranberries for that one. Sound good? Great. And I think we could serve a alcoholic and non-alcoholic cranberry sauce alongside the dinner. So this serves 8, so I think we're definitely going to have to double on this one because 1, this is a vegan option, so everybody will probably want to have some of this, and it is just a general necessity on these sorts of meals. So let's do that. So let's double that. So I need 2 cups of orange juice, 2 cups of dark brown sugar, 2 cups of white sugar. I need a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice. I need a 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I need a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, 24 ounces of cranberries, 4 tablespoons of brandy, and we'll make a non-alcoholic version too, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and orange zest for that one. Yeah, so what we'll do is we will do the exact same amount for the non-alcoholic cranberry sauce. Yeah, great. So, what do you think about those options? Good, great. So next I wanted to do a potato salad. We can do this warm or cold, whichever. What do you think? Okay, great. So this serves 6, which I think is about enough. What do you think? I think we should make it a little more. Okay. So I will double to 12 on that one. Okay, so we're going to need for that one 3 pounds of baby yellow potatoes, 2 cups of plant-based mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of unsweetened soy milk, 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of sea salt, and 2 teaspoons of mustard, 2 cups of vegetable oil. Now those ingredients will make up the mayonnaise, and then we'll carry on with 4 tablespoons of yellow mustard, 2 cups of celery, 5 green onions, 2 dill pickles, and salt and pepper. What do you think on that one? Great, great. Next is another vegan option. I just thought this one goes down really well. This has 10 servings. I think we should keep it at that. Okay. So for this, we're going to need a loaf of bread. Yeah, what do you think we should make for that one? Great, okay. We'll make a note of that. Yeah, just a standard size loaf for that one. Heart of celery, 1 medium onion, 3 carrots, 10 cloves of garlic, 1½ teaspoons of sea salt, 3 tablespoons of ground sage, 1½ teaspoons of thyme, 1½ teaspoons of oregano, 2 tablespoons of our vegan butter, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 2 cups of vegetable stock, and we'll do an extra 2 tablespoons of vegan butter for the topping on that one. Great. Okay, so next we're going to do garlic herb roast potatoes with green beans. This is vegan, but just a vegetable mix, so everybody can enjoy this one. This serves to 8 on this one, so I'm going to go and double that one just immediately because this will be very popular. So I'm going to need 5 pounds of baby red potatoes, 12 tablespoons of olive oil, 4 tablespoons of fresh thyme, 4 tablespoons of rosemary, salt and pepper, 48 ounces of green beans, and 3 tablespoons of minced garlic on that one. What do you think on that one? Great. Cool. Next, we're going to do a winter slaw with maple candied nuts. With potato salad, I always think a cold slaw is really nice with it. I think this could be interesting. Nice take on it, I think. I wanted to make sure that the client's guests had a combination of warm and cold foods. just because I know that a lot of people have different preferences. Sometimes people are looking for something a little bit more refreshing. Okay, so for this one we're going to do a winter slaw with maple candied nuts. This serves 8, which I think is perfectly fine on that one. What do you think? Okay, great. So for this one we're going to need 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard seeds, 150 milliliters of cider vinegar, 6 tablespoons of golden castor sugar, half a cup of celeriac, half a cup of white cabbage, 1 red onion, 3 large carrots, and for the maple candy nuts we're going to need 400 grams of mixed shelled nuts. We're going to need cashews, almonds, pecans, peanuts, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, some cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and a tablespoon of rosemary leaves. What do you think on that one? What do you think of the mix of nuts on that one? Great, okay, good. Next we're going to do a gravy. We're going to make a vegan one as well. So for the client, I think we're going to do a port one, but they can also use the vegan one if they so desire. So this serves 6, which won't be enough, so I think we should triple that, depending on how much people want. So we're going to need 6 tablespoons of butter, 6 tablespoons of plain flour, 450 milliliters of port, 6 tablespoons of red currant jelly, and 6 litres of turkey stock on that one. What do you think on that one? Great, good. So next one, we're going to do a vegan gravy. This serves 4, but I think, again, we're going to have to probably triple that one, so we'll do 12 on that one, just to make sure that everyone has enough. So this one's pretty simple. For this one, we only need 12 teaspoons of brown miso paste, 6 teaspoons of corn flour, 3 teaspoons of cashew butter on that one. What do you think on the recipe for that one? Would you do anything different? Okay. Another side, we're going to do cider braised cabbage and leek hot pot. This is 8, so we'll double to 16 on that one. What do you think of that one? Yeah, a lot of clients seem to enjoy it in the past, and it honestly doesn't require many ingredients. This is, again, an alcohol-soaked side on this one. Something different. I need 100 grams of butter for this one, 8 leeks, 2 large Savoy cabbages, and 400 milliliters of dry cider on this one. What do you think on that one? Great. So for the next one, we're going to do honey glazed roast carrots. It serves 8, so we'll do 16. So I'm going to need 2 kilograms of chantenay carrots. I need 6 tablespoons of sunflower oil, 4 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, and 4 tablespoons of clear honey on that one. Great, okay, good. And the last one is a sausage and brown stuffing. I think this one pretty popular. Sausage normally is at Christmas, so I think I'm going to double this one again. So we're going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 celery sticks, 2 large onions, 1.6 kilos of Cumberland sausages, 2 Bramley apples, 170 grams of white breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons of parsley, correct me on that, 4 tablespoons of parsley, 2 large eggs, and 20 rindeless bacon rashers on that one. What do you think on that one? Great, good. Okay, so for desserts, I have several vegan options and just non-vegan options. I think these might be good. Let me know. So, trifle, always very popular. I think we're going to do 8 servings on this one instead of the 4, just because there will be a lot of options for people on this one. I mean, how many desserts are there? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. Don't want to overwhelm the client. So let's do double the 4 to 8 on this one. So we're going to need 2 pints of blueberries, 2 pints of strawberries, 4 pints of raspberries, 2 lemons, half cup of sugar, 3 teaspoons of cornstarch. And we're going to make a lemon cream for this one. Or do you think we should just make a fresh cream? Yeah, I think the raspberry goes with that one really well. Okay, great. Blueberry tends to go with that one pretty well too. Yeah. So for the lemon cream, we're going to need 2 quarts of whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 22 ounces of lemon curd, and we'll make our traditional pound cake recipe for that one. Great. Any thoughts on that one? Okay. So the next one we're going to make is a vegan gingerbread Christmas trifle. Thought it might be something interesting. It's beautifully decorated as well, so this should work. This serves 8, which I think is fine. So for the cake, we're going to need 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, half cup of light brown sugar, half teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground clove, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice, some salt, 1/3 cup of almond milk, 1/8 cup of molasses, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and to make the cinnamon, and I was going to do coconut for the custard on this one. What do you think? Keep the custard, okay. Cinnamon and maple coconut custard. We need 2 cups of coconut custard, 6 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Additionally, we're going to need a cup of coconut cream and 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and half a cup of butterscotch sauce for that one. What do you think? Yeah, I think the combination of ginger and butterscotch in that one should be really nice. Great. So the next one is a gluten-free, nut-free dessert. It's also vegan, serves 12. I'm not sure what to do on this one because they're quite pretty and I don't know if everybody's going to want one or not. I think we should double. Yeah, let's just go to 24. They can always take them home as well. Okay, so I'm going to need a 1.5 cups of brown rice flour, a cup of quinoa flour. I need half an arrowroot, half a cup of cacao powder. I need 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, sea salt. I need half a cup of maple syrup, half a cup of olive oil, half a cup of aquafaba, 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I need a cup of rice milk. And we're making a chia jam for this one, a cranberry one. So we're going to need 2 cups of cranberries, a half cup of orange juice, orange zest, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, cinnamon stick, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. And for the coating, we're going to need 7 ounces of dark vegan chocolate, 120 milliliters of rice milk, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and cranberries. Yeah. It's a busy recipe. What do you think on that one? Great. So, because what would Christmas be without peppermint, I suggested a peppermint mocha cake. This is a vegan option, serves 16. I think it has a beautiful colour. It's white and red, with a beautiful interior on this one. So what do you think? Great, okay. So this will need a cup of unsweetened almond milk, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, 3/4 cup of dark cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of vegetable oil, 2/3 cup of unsweetened applesauce, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of peppermint extract, 1 cup of hot coffee. For the frosting, we're going to need a cup of our vegan butter on that one, 3 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of almond milk, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of peppermint extract, and half a cup of candy canes on that one. Right, good. Now, of course, we won't be serving eggnog, of course. because we'll be taking care of the food for the most part. But I did want to try and incorporate eggnog in some part of the dessert, so I decided on an eggnog cheesecake, serve 16. What do you think? Great, yeah. I figured it could be a really nice way because eggnog is a very creamy drink. I think it might fuse well with the cheesecake. Great. Something different as well. So for this we need a cup of graham cracker crumbs, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, 3 tablespoons of butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, a cup of white sugar, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and 3/4 of a cup of eggnog, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of rum. Do you think we should scrap the rum on that one? Keep it? Okay. And a pinch of ground nutmeg. So I think a really lovely statement piece at a typical Christmas dinner, get-together party is the Christmas log. So the one I've come up with serves 12. What do you think on that one? Keep it at 12? Okay. So for this one we're going to need 2 cups of heavy cream, a 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar, 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 6 egg yolks, a 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/3 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 6 egg whites, 1/4 cup of white sugar, extra confectioner's sugar. What do you think on that one? Great, good. So, a couple of desserts left, maybe one dessert left. Okay, so this is another vegan one, another cheesecake. This is a baked cheesecake, and this one normally goes down very well. Adds in raspberries and clementines on this one, so it should be pretty tasty. So I thought we could do a baked cheesecake with raspberries and clementine as a vegan option. This serves 8. What do you think on all that? Keep it at 8, and you like the idea? Okay, great. So we're going to need 100 grams of unsalted cashews, 175 grams of coconut cream, 150 grams of vegan soft cheese, a tablespoon of corn flour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste, 70 milliliters of maple syrup, 50 grams of coconut oil, a lemon, 200 grams of raspberries, 2 tablespoons of caster sugar, 50 grams of shelled pistachios, 50 grams of candied clementine peel, and for the base we're going to need 200 grams of porridge oats, 75 grams of caster sugar, and 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. What do you think on that? Great. So next, as I guess favours for the guests, we could do small biscuits, just traditional Christmas cookies on that one. So I've come up with ones that about to make 36 on this one. What do you think? Yeah, nice to snack on after dinner if you're not wanting something a little richer, and you can also take them home with you. Great, okay. So 100 grams of unsalted butter on this one, 100 grams of caster sugar, free-range egg, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 275 grams of plain flour, and for the decoration we're going to need 400 grams of icing sugar, 3 drops of food colouring, probably red, but I think we should do 2 colours. What do you think for the other one? Green, okay, great choice. And we need edible glitter, a few colours. So that's the desserts. Any questions or thoughts on that one? Okay, great. So what do you think for the spread of that one? Do you think that's good? Okay, good. I'm happy that you're confident with it. So they did mention they wanted a punch, so that is the last couple of things we're going to go over today. I have an alcoholic version and a non-alcoholic version. The alcoholic version serves 15, and the non-alcoholic punch serves 8, but I think we should double that. We actually don't know the preferences of the guests, if they like a drink or not, so I think just to keep it simple. We'll do both. Okay. So with the alcoholic version, we need red grapes, a couple punnets, 750 milliliters of Prosecco, a liter of cloudy apple juice, 250 milliliters of sloe gin, 50 milliliters of Jägermeister, and a bowl of stem ginger. We also need 4 sprigs of rosemary, a clementine, and that's it on that one. You okay with that? Great. Okay. And last for the list today, for the non-alcoholic punch, we're going to need 200 grams of cranberries, 200 milliliters of cranberry juice, a liter of blood orange juice, 2 limes, 2 oranges, mint sprigs, and 1.2 liters of apple sparkling juice. What do you think on that one? Do you think the flavor combinations on that one are good? Great, okay. Okay, well, I think that just about covers all of the ingredients for the food and extras for the client for their Christmas dinner. Any questions, thoughts on the food at all? No? Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for meeting with me today to discuss the ideas regarding the client's Christmas dinner, and I very much appreciate your input. So now I will leave you to purchase the ingredients, and then we will begin prepping the food for the client a little later on. Okay, excellent. Well, I'll see you very soon. Take care. Goodbye.